to bore you with a long speech about tourism. But tourism is the largest employer of labor in the world. Tourism specifically employs women and the youth. The global turnover of tourism is about $8 trillion. For some reason, this $8 trillion seems to fly over most of the African continent. How can there be a business that is people-focused, $8 trillion worth, and is flying over Africa? It's time we woke up and grabbed some of it to land in Africa. One of the ways we can do this to accelerate the growth of tourism is to use technology. And when I say technology, I don't mean laser-guided missiles. I mean things as simple as Uber. Remember the days when we wanted to go anywhere, we had to go and stand in the sun or rain to catch a taxi, to price the taxi, to describe where we're going to that taxi. Now you just punch a few buttons on your smartphone, the cab comes to you, you don't need to tell him anything, he already knows where you're going, you already know the price. That is the kind of disruptive technologies that we hope to grow out of this sort of hackathon. This is the first hackathon and there will be much more. So what is this hackathon? As a corporation, we launched Tour Nigeria as a strategic vision to market domestic tourism across the country in 2017. And we also designed an ambitious plan to reinvent the tourism industry through the CHIEF plan, which is an acronym that stands for Corporate Governance, Human Capital Development, Infrastructure Development, Events and Financing. Over the course of the years, we added an S to make it CHIEFs. So it has to be sustainable, whatever we do in this. We've come up with this hackathon to provide unique and innovative solutions to identify challenges and gaps across the tourism value chain in Nigeria, using digital tools that will be developed at a scale within the next 18 to 24 months. Some of the identified challenges burdening businesses within the ecosystem, including proper pricing, safe payment channels, access to markets, consumer service and retention, and bookings and reservations. Other issues raised include data collection and analysis, distribution setup, systems issues, supply chain, and logistics. Our goal is to improve the country's ranking on the World Economic Forum's Competitiveness Index by harnessing the growing popularity of digital technologies to solve relevant problems across the tourism value chain in Nigeria. We want to be able to imagine a future in which tourists' journeys experience is fully enhanced by the digitalization of all support activities from the pre-booking stage until the destination experience, with more digital interactions supported by data shared in a customized, secure, and private way between the different players within the tourism ecosystem. To achieve this desired objective, we are looking for ideas that are scalable and sustainable on a use case basis. Ideas such that encompass smart integrations of information, smart city, multimodal mobility services, customized route optimization, ideas with sustainability in mind, virtual and augmented reality. The opportunities are limitless, though the technology, which is why we are reaching out to the tech community to come up with new ideas for the sector. How? The initiative is a collaborative effort for the private and public sector, where the private sector brings the intellectual capacity and the public sector provides the enabling resources that will help the ideas thrive. The hackathon creates an avenue for carefully selected developers from the 6 geopolitical zones of this country to develop digital tools that aim to solve some of the frictions and dislocations experienced across the industry. With the support of the UNWTO, that's the United Nations World Tourism Organization, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, headed by Alhaji Lai Mohammed, we believe we can achieve these objectives. And I have the pleasure to launch the hackathon into the tourism space of Nigeria for further improvement and benefits of the tourism sector. Thank you.
So I want to join the DG and Obi. Thank you so much for some of the questions. I want to respond specifically to the first question that asked about extension to the university communities. This is actually the essence of Bycep. Bycep as a product. So we started out as a product, and our focus was on 3 pillars. The 3 pillars of Bycep: first is trainings, the second one is mentorship, while the third one is job creation. So basically we're connecting our talents to opportunities, but the difference is that we have to take them through the journey of training them first, getting them. People talk a lot about unemployment, but I think the biggest issue is actually underemployment. We find a lot of people, young people, finish. They don't have that. They don't necessarily have that skill to take on jobs and execute it, at scale. So this is why we're doing trainings, and then we're pairing them with mentors, people that are very, very vastly experienced already, in the spaces that they want to be in. Because in the tech space, it's very fast. Everything is very fast-paced there, so you need to be up and doing, really, really ready to make things happen. So we're doing all of that to connect them. Then, of course, opportunities will be there for them. The idea is we don't want anybody to soil our name or damage our brand, So we need to recommend the best of the best. So we need to be sure that you're ready. We have that certification before you start to get that. Now, for the universities, we actually have relationships. We have established. Over the years, what we do is we actually go to campuses on a regular basis. Off the count of my head, I think we have about 8 university campuses and academies that we have established relationships with. Babcock University, University of Lagos, University of Ilorin, Bowen University. A lot of these people, they have come through our platform. Some of them are already gainfully employed today, and all of that. So, and in the process, we've connected to over 25,000 plus young people, across the whole gamut. We want to reach out to everyone across the country. The truth about it is the hackathon itself, the application is open to everyone from across the 6 geopolitical, zones. Even though it's happening in Lagos, we are going to be taking responsibility for their accommodation for the 2 days that they'll be coming into town. If they're coming from, name it, we will take care of your. Yes, the people that they selected, the 5, finalists, would take care of their accommodation and feeding and all of that, until we find until the judging panel decides who the winner, is going to be at the end of the day. As for the question about how this is going to impact the economy, the DG and OB have already done justice to it. But I just want to add that I recall that UNWTO, who happen to be strategic partners on this, collaborating, working hand in hand, shared a data recently about the venture capital numbers for the year in the tourism sector. Obviously you already know what venture capital goes to, where there's potential and opportunity. And currently, I think half year for this year, 2020, they've done about $43 billion already. Now, what this tells us actually is, we all know how fintech has, really, really blown up in this part of the world. We are now saying that we want to create another tech, right? Feel free to call it tourism tech if you want. This is another vista, for us to enable us to tap into, the funding and the opportunities that actually exist that could, exist in that sector. So it jumpstarts the economy 100%. It gives us, it helps us start to think in this age and time when everyone is talking about, deviating from the oil, focus on the oil and not defocusing from oil and all that. This is an opportunity for us. Then details for the call for entries. I also need to buttress what Obi said earlier about the age. Truth be told is we're not, ideas are so limitless. You could come up with, we know about the journey of some founders that are older than, when Mark Zuckerberg started, for example. So it does not limit you. You could be, 50, and you come. We actually have an idea that was so brilliant. As long as you're able to harness, take it from point A to point Z, then you're good to go. So, but we've limited, however, our entries, from 18, the cutoff, should I say the start point, you must be above 18, for you to enable you actually enroll for this program, Of course, that naturally takes us into that youth space. You enroll through, you go to a website. The URL for the website is www.bycep.co/tourism hackathon. I'll take that again. www.bycep, that's bycep.co/tourism hackathon. This, once you get to this static page, it shows you all of the details about the program, and then there's a link for you to click to apply. Once you click to apply, there's a form that you now start to fill in your details. All of the details will be asked: your name, your age, your experience level, basically all the information that we would need to do justice to ensuring that we get the best of the best ideas at the end of the day. Thank you very much.